Okay, ma'am. Hi, ma'am. I'm Sanskriti. I'm here on behalf
Hi,
of Campus Corporate. How are you,
thanks.
ma'am?
Hi, Sanskriti. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, ma'am. Ma'am, can you
Great.
please introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. So I am Mansi Dholakia. I'm the founder and CEO of GMHA, which is Global Mental Health Association. It's established in New Delhi. The organization works towards raising mental health awareness around the world in various ways, through education, through spreading awareness, etc. I'm also the founder and chairman for GMH Foundation, which is a nonprofit, which is established in Pune. Uh, the nonprofit works towards, again, raising mental health awareness towards the rural sectors of India, as well as towards youth empowerment and women empowerment.
Ma'am. Ma'am, during this journey, tell me an inspiring, life-changing story you came across.
I think a life-changing story would be my, you know, tryst with anxiety and depression, which I suffered throughout my life. So I've suffered from anxiety since about 10 years now, which is a very long time. And I think through all those trials and tribulations, you learn across the way that, your mental health should be your priority always. And it is not an option. And that is where the line for our, GMHA comes from as well. I think the most inspiring journey throughout the entire trials, which I went across, you learn along the way that, the most inspiring person for you has to be you. You cannot draw that kind of inspiration from anybody else. It has to come
Yes,
from
ma'am.
inside of you, that, you want to make a difference in life. You want to do something in life, or you want to create something in life. And I think that is the most inspiring part of my journey, that I do that inspiration from my own self. And I'm not saying it as, praising myself or talking high about myself, but that is the truth. I mean, no matter how many stories you read, no matter how many people you meet, no matter how many inspiring books you read, unless and until you draw that inspiration out of yourself, I think it's very difficult to become an inspiration or even inspire yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, it's really inspiring. Ma'am, tell me about some of the business challenges you successfully overcame.
Business challenges, well, see, when you are a woman and when you want to establish your own business, I think that in itself is a huge challenge anywhere in the world. This is the reason why we are fighting for women equality. This is the reason why we are fighting for diversity. This is the reason why we are fighting for people will try and put you down in every way possible. And I've been through it all. And I proudly say that, I've come across a lot of people who have tried to put me down. I've come across a lot of people who have tried to, spoil my name in spite of whatever good I'm trying to do. But see, none of that should matter to you if your intention is correct. And I think that is what matters the most. We have always held our ethics very high in both of our organizations. Currently, I have about 100 employees around the world. I have psychologists from Canada, from United States, from United Kingdom, from Middle East, from India. And, we hold ethics the highest in our organization. And that is the major reason why. Because, when I found this organization, when I made it what it is today, 3 years ago, I put all of this together. And it was a huge challenge. And the challenges never stop. I don't think they ever stop. But, I think the most important thing is to try and be grounded as much as possible, and to try and find your own way out of those challenges. And I think if your intention is right with what you want to do, you yourself will find a way. So
Yes,
I think
ma'am.
that is what matters the most.
Yes, ma'am. I think in our society, no one wants to give appreciation of women.
Yes, unfortunately, that is true.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, for excellent. Ma'am, I'm interested in knowing about your journey from college campus to CEO.
College campus to CEO. Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
I have to go back a lot of years. I think so. I did my graduation from Bharati Vidyapith in Pune. I did my bachelor's in pharmacy from Bharati Vidyapith, and then I did my master's in pharmacy from University of Brighton in United Kingdom. I've lived and worked in London for about 15 years of my life after that. And just 2 to 3 years ago, I came back to India and I established myself here again. The journey from campus to CEO, I think I don't know. I mean, it's so huge and vast that, even when I close my eyes and when I try to kind of picture myself all the years back in the campus, the kind of aspiration, the kind of life that I had envisioned for myself is completely not what I'm doing today. So I never thought that, coming from a pharmaceutical background or pharmacology field, or, coming from a pharmaceutical way, I mean, the way I have kind of, drifted from that path to go into psychology, which is completely different, which is completely new field to me. And I think it only happened because of all the experiences that I faced in my life, because of all the mental issues that I faced, because of all the trials that I faced. And I think that is the reason behind it. But for anybody, for when a person imagines in a college campus that what I want
Yes,
to do
ma'am.
in my life, I think it is very, very different to what actually happens in your life. So, it's reality versus dream kind of a scenario. And I don't think that changes for anybody, whether it's me, whether it's you tomorrow, whether it's anybody else. I think it is going to remain that way for all of us. But the journey definitely has been very, very challenging, inspiring, interesting, intriguing, and very exciting also. I've learned a lot of lessons along the way in various ways, in various countries. I have lived, in United Kingdom. I've lived in Middle East. I've lived in Abu Dhabi, in Dubai. I've lived in India. So I've lived in so many countries as well, where I've learned about different cultures, different mindsets, different ways of working. And I think, that is all you can ask for, right? I mean, we are all learners along the way. Even today, to this day, while handling two such big organizations, I'm still learning every day. And I don't think that ever stops.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, tell me the company, when and how did it all start?
So it all started about 3 years ago. And when I packed my bags from United Kingdom and when I landed in India, I landed at, Delhi airport. I did not have anybody here. My parents were in United States. I had no friends, family here in India. I was all on my own. And when I landed at the airport here, with my bags, and I had no idea that what I wanted to do or what I was going to do. So this was 3 years ago. And after that, slowly, I put together my plans on pen and paper, so many papers, you squash them, you throw them, you make plans, you remake plans, and then you think that, what you want to do, how you want to do it. So many people, so many of my good well-wishers as well, so many of my friends and family told me, you're crazy. Why do you want to go to India? And why do you want to, start all over again? Nobody knows you there. It's not easy to establish organizations or establish a business where you don't know anybody, because you will have no support. And despite all of those, negative or challenging voices,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
should say, I kind of just followed my heart. And I'll be very honest about it, that, when you follow your heart, I think it just clicks. It just leads you to the right path. And that is the one advice that also I would like to give to all the youth through your platform today, that follow your heart. Try it at least once.
Yes,
If you
ma'am.
don't try it, you will never know that what lies ahead of you. And don't be scared. See, challenges are always a part of the plan. Even when we are living and breathing, that is also a challenge every day. So
Yes,
don't be
ma'am.
scared of that. And I think it's always better to follow your heart. And that is what I did. I just followed my heart. I followed the voices inside my heart, inside my head, that this is something I'm passionate about. I want to bring a change in the community. I want to raise a voice. I want to, it was not about making my name, very honestly. It was not about that I want to see my name on the blackboards, or I want to see my name flashed across, the country everywhere, that, oh, I've done such and such things. No, it was about making a difference. And the way I suffered through life, I just felt that, if I raise my voice, and if tomorrow, even if it matters to a couple of people, I think that is a success. So I think intention is everything. That is what I would say.
I think we should try for our dreams.
Yes, absolutely. You should always try to reach out for your dreams, and always try and work hard. I have worked very hard. I have worked non-stop, 20 hours, 22 hours a day, when I was trying to put it all together. And although, people don't, I wouldn't advise anybody else to do it, that go and work hard for 24 hours. But I mean, it's all part and parcel of life. Some days are long days, some days are good days, some days are bad days, some days are short days, but then it depends on, how you want to look at it. That's all.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, what do you feel is the biggest strength of your company right now?
I think the biggest strength of any company are their people. Team. Team is your biggest strength. And I think my biggest strength is my team. My co-founder for GMH Foundation, her name is Gayatri Chadwa. She's also the COO, the Chief Head of Operations for GMHA. So for both the organizations, she's like my right hand. And all of our psychologists in the organization, they are our biggest strength. Because see, tomorrow, your people carry your name, your people carry the organization's
Yes,
name
ma'am.
when they go outside. And I think that is where we have invested a lot. We train our people, we put in a lot of, energy, effort, money, everything for our people to be the best. And I think once when you have the best of the people, they will definitely, make the company the best as well. So I guess for any organization, your people are your strength. So, you should look after your people. That is also one message that I would like to give.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, from those lessons, what is your message for the youth?
Like I said, so the message for the youth, would be to follow your heart, follow your dreams, and work very hard. There is no option to not working hard. There is no shortcut. There is no,
Yeah, ma'am, you are right.
there is no shortcut to success. Everybody wants to be successful, and you should have those dreams. You should have those aspirations. You are young, of course. You should think in that direction. But then, to achieve success, I think if you think that overnight you're going to become a millionaire, I mean, that only maybe sometimes happens in Vegas, where you try your luck, and where you roll the dice, and maybe you win a lot of money, but that is not the real world. That is not reality.
We should
And
do
in
hard
real
work.
world, we all have to work hard, and to achieve our dreams. If you want to
Yes,
achieve your dreams, you work hard.
ma'am, I think I have what I need. I really appreciate your time. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.